Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I am going to be putting together my first two projects using the Progress Story Kit for storykitcrush. So the two projects I'm working on today, the first one is all about the random things that we are making progress on here as a family, which I will talk a little bit more about as we are putting this spread together. This is one where I have decided to not pair it with a photo, so it's just going to be words and embellishments, and it's going to come together super quickly, just because the hard part, the design and figuring out the placement of everything, is already done. The second story that I am going to work on today is about my daughter and making progress being okay with imperfections. So for this one, I have a couple of journaling pieces that are already done. I will make sure to put a link to the video showing you how to add text to physical cards in my description box. So check that out down there if you want to learn more about that process. So I already have that part done. I have a 3x4 photo to pair with this, and then I'm going to be putting together a little tag booklet and backing them with photos. So in Photoshop, I edited my photos and then I cropped them into the digital version of these tags, and that is how I could get them to be the size that I need them to be for these different little tag pieces. So that is going to be our second story. So I am going to go ahead and put you guys on fast forward while I get everything assembled here, and then once we have these spreads completed, we'll slow back down and close out for today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so we're going to start by working on the spread on the left-hand side, where the story is basically about 5 things that we are currently making progress on here in our home. Now, one thing I did prior to coming over to the craft table is I did somewhat design this in Photoshop. So I created my text boxes, and then I also measured I measured the diameter of those circle stickers and found that they were roughly 3/4 of an inch wide. So then I was able to create circle shapes that were, 0.75 inches wide, or 0.75 by 0.75, which is what gave me that circle shape. And then I could place those on my spread in order to signify where the stickers would go. Now, in the past, I've done this before, but then deleted off the shape so that, I could put the stickers there and call it a day. This time I was like, you know what, I'm just going to print it with the circle shapes there so that I know exactly where to place my stickers, and it worked out perfectly. Like, I'm totally doing this from now on. So all I had to do was take the stickers off of their backing and put them on top of the circles that were printed on the page, and then my bullet points were done. Next, what I did is I took the Progress acrylic piece there, and I added some roller adhesive to the back of it and then stuck that down where I wanted it to go as well. And then the chipboard piece here that says you're making progress every day, I knew I wanted that to go on top of the acrylic piece. So I figured out roughly where the G was going to go. And then I added 4 of the little foam adhesive squares onto the ends of that chipboard piece. So that way, when I put it on there, everything was on an even plane, which made it stick down really nicely. I don't have to worry about that chipboard piece bending or anything interfering with it. The last thing I needed to do here was to just remove the backing from these fabric adhesive hearts, and I'm adding them so that they're kind of pointing down onto the word progress. And then I need to go ahead and hole punch the side of this. Now, if I were to redo this again, I would hole punch it first, so I could just use my 6-hole punch, because what I realized as I was doing this is that the acrylic piece would have gotten in the way. So there was no way that this was going to slide into that 6-hole punch piece. So instead I had to use my power punch to go ahead and get the holes punched into the page. So this is going to complete my first one. It came together really quickly and easily, and I actually really like the way that it looks. I am going to add a date stamp onto the page just so I know when this was documented, and then we can set that one to the side, clear all the trash bits off, and then we're going to work on our second spread for today. So this is the one that is about my daughter and embracing imperfection. So if you've followed me for any amount of time, you've probably seen me document this kind of a story again and again and again, because this is something that both Isabella and I really struggle with on a daily basis, is learning how to be okay with things not being perfect. It's definitely something I'm trying to teach her more about. So the other day she walked up to me and said, Mommy, I've decided that from now on, I'm going to love all of the perfect things and all of the not perfect things. And I thought that that was such a testament to how much she is listening when we tell her, like, it's okay when something is not perfect. That doesn't mean it's bad. In fact, sometimes that means that it's even better because it's different from anything else. So, those are the kinds of things that we tell her all the time, and we tell ourselves that all the time too. And it just was really nice to know that she's picking up on that and she's really taking it to heart. So what I did to document this story, I wrote out essentially our conversation on the green journaling card there. And then I also have some additional journaling on the day-by-day card. You can kind of see it up there in the right-hand corner. Just me communicating to her that I'm really proud of her, and this is what she said to me, and this is why it makes me happy to hear her say that. So that is essentially what the journaling is about on this page. I will read the green card at the end just so you can hear how that journaling goes, but the one with the orange around it, I don't. I believe that when I talk more about like her working on her artwork. So the rest of this, what I decided to do was to take a bunch of the tags from this collection. So there was a whole bunch of them. I picked out 5 that really kind of layered well together. And I decided that I wanted to back them with photos of Izzy working on art projects or working on things that could represent being okay with things not being perfect. So I printed out photos in order to get the photos to be the right size for these tags. What I did is I took the digital version of the tags and I clipped photos inside of them. And then once the photos were inside of them, it allowed me to print them with the exact shape that they would be cut out in, if that makes sense. So that way I could tell exactly what pieces of the photo would be included on the back of the tag. It just made this whole process a little bit easier. So it was maybe a little bit more work on the computer, but then when you get to the craft table, it makes everything go much, much quicker. So once I had all of those tags backed with photos, I went ahead and hole punched them again so that I could insert some twine. And then I also matched up the largest tag with the journaling card because I actually want to use the journaling card as almost a tag in and of itself. So everything is going to be connected together. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over a pocket page protector that I will insert just the card into. So this will be a little tricky to explain, and hopefully it will make it easier to watch it while I am talking. So once I get this tied into a bow, I will go ahead and bring over a page protector and we'll get to work on this next process, which I will, like, spoiler alert, is that it works awesome. Like, I will totally do this again. So what I'm going to do is grab I believe I get my 1.5 inch circle punch. I'm 99% sure it's my 1.5 inch circle punch. And I am going to insert that down on or inside of the pocket, which let's grab it out here so you can see. So this is going on the back of a previous project in Isabella's album. So I just grabbed it directly out of the book. And then I will take out the photo that you see in there so that I can just work with the plastic and I don't have to worry about ruining the photo there. Then I'm going to take my circle punch and insert it into the pocket and punch out a notch out of the plastic. It was a little tricky to get it totally out because that circle punch isn't the best. Like, I probably need to invest in a nicer set of circle punches. But once I got it punched out and I trimmed out the rest of it to make it much nicer, then what I could do is put the card down into the pocket And then all the tags could hang on the outside. So you can see it right here, how the tag is in there, or the journaling card is in there, and all the tags are hanging. All right, you guys, so that finishes both of these spreads for today. So this one over here, this progress, you're making progress every day. This one is going to go inside of our family album. Again, there's no photo to go with it. It's just a page of writing talking about making progress on our daily routines, making progress on teaching our children academically and teaching them about kindness, making progress on clearing out the clutter inside of our home, making progress on rearranging our daily chores so that we are equally helping each other out throughout the day, and making progress on finding ways to support and love each other here in our home. So, you know, there's more to it than that, but that is what the 5 bullet points are all about here. Then for this spread about Izzy, this, you guys, came out so good. I think I would totally do this again, where you have it punched right here so it lays down on top of the card, but it is outside of the pocket. So that could not have gone any better. So this one, I talked about Izzy embracing imperfection. So the story is, the main story says, Isabella, the other day you told me that from now on, I'm going to love all of the perfect things and all of the not perfect things. I can't even begin to express how happy it made me to hear you say that. We've been working on finding beauty in imperfections and embracing our own mistakes. I've been repeating over and over to you that imperfections are what make things even more special and even more beautiful, because they are what makes it different from all the rest. I'm so glad to know that you've been listening and that you are beginning to believe it as well. So that is the basis of this whole story. And then I've got the photos of her, so if I flip it over, we can see it, her and her different artworks that she's been working on over the last month or so, just things that she's been working to put together here, in addition to this one as well. So she is my little artist, and that is something I love about her. I hope that you guys have enjoyed seeing these pages come together. If you have, I would love a thumbs up down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of the content I have coming in the future. I will be back again next week on Monday with a story project, and then on Wednesday with Project Life. So hopefully I will see you guys back here then. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will catch you all in the next video.